Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan. Today, yet another Blackwell's Wine and Spirits purchase here. Now, this is Woodinville out of Washington State. This is their straight bourbon whiskey finished in port casks, 90 proof, 45% ABV, pot distilled, it says. Um, Special limited release, maybe not, I don't know. Um, Small batches, bigger dreams. Sure, we'll go with that. So as I've said before in some of our other videos, my wife and I have really started to get into the finished bourbons, even the finished Islas and other scotches and stuff. So out of all of these whiskeys that I picked up at Blackwell's, I tried to key in on the finished whiskeys. So Woodinville, if you looked at my hit list, it says, just like any Woodinville product because they've gotten raving reviews from absolutely everybody who's had them. And so I was like, hey, I'll pick up any of them. When I saw this, I was like, great, finished whiskey. That's kind of more what I'm looking for. So it's finished in port casks. I could not find an age statement on there. So assuming that's NAS and I didn't miss it somewhere, it's a minimum of 4 years old. It's got a very nice dark color on it. It's got a little bit a red hue to it. I don't know. It's just looking really good. So I picked this up at Blackwell's again. Made a $410 purchase from Blackwell's. Shipped to Wyoming. Free shipping over $300 shipped to Wyoming, and this particular bottle came in at $50 even. And I thought, man, that's the perfect price for a craft whiskey finished in a port barrel. So let's get into it. Man, I can smell it already. It smells absolutely delicious. Uh, for $50, can't go wrong. So on the nose, we got some dark fruit actually. So it smells like a dark port, like a tawny port of sort, like a black plum, dark black cherry maybe. Get a little bit of that actual port wine nose to it, but I'm still picking up a little bit of that bourbon brown sugar in there and oak. But it's mixed 50-50 between like bourbon profile and port uh, profile. It's very, very nice, very, very fruity, sweet. You get a lot of like berries, strawberry, jam quality nosing notes out of the glass. All on the sweet side. There's no darkness, bitterness to it. Darkness is the wrong word because it's dark fruit, but no bitterness. Like raspberry, strawberry, blackberry kind of notes. Excellent. Really, really like it. Very deep and dense flavor, and man, look at it just cling to the glass in there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but it looks excellent. On the taste, okay. So the taste, graham cracker forward, a little honey, a little sweetness, pushes into a nice dark brown sugar vanilla, and then it picks up with a dark fruit that's a little bit bitey on the ethanol side. So it's like black pepper, little ethanol biting through the finish where it's dark fruit, dark plum. Yeah, it definitely definitely has a port quality to it. It has like a Slivovitz type persona, along with like if you've ever had like an elderberry wine kind of a thing going on. Um, there's just these little notes of these dark fruits in there with a dryness of a wine. But it all plays together very nicely. There's a very robust flavor profile to it. Um, it's excellent. Absolutely excellent. Woodinville, man, you guys are killing it. And at $50 for a craft whiskey that's finished, I mean that's actually kind of hard to beat. Um, Nose hasn't changed much. It's just dark fruit. I mean, really, if you closed your eyes and dove into it. I think you could, if you were coming from a port perspective, you would think that this was port with something different about it instead of whiskey with something different about it. It's more port than whiskey in the nose, but man, it is good. Second sip was super sweet, very brown sugar molasses forward. Picked up a nice um, strawberry jam that time. Elderberry wine, and I say that because Stoneface in the Black Hills had an elderberry wine. I don't even know if they're in existence anymore. They had a store in Hill City, South Dakota. I want to say their actual winery was in Vermilion, South Dakota. They may or may not still exist. I got a bottle upstairs. My wife and I stopped in one time before they were actually even open, but the gal was behind the counter. She's like, "Sure, come on in." We go in there and started talking about wine and making my own wine, which I do from time to time, and trying to start a distillery and all that. And she just started pouring different things, and we were trying all kinds of stuff. And we had gone to that winery and picked up a bottle of their Sturgis. I don't remember. I just remember it was like their Sturgis vintage. Which every year they do a release for Sturgis, and the 2012 was what we bought the first go round. I want to say it was like 2 years old, 3 years old at that point, and it was fantastic. So this was in 2018, maybe 2017, 2016, somewhere in that time frame where we had gone back, and they I was like, oh man, I'd love to find that 2012 again. So we looked, and each year the price of that bottle went up by like $30 or $40. So the 2012 I love so much was over $200 at the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying that for wine. But it must have been 2018. So that year's release we had upstairs, and it was every bit as good as the 2012 in the year of 2012. I mean, it was just an excellent wine. And so, anyways, they released that. But one of the wines they have a port, which I have a small bottle upstairs. My wife and I still haven't cracked into yet, and they had an elderberry wine. And I'm telling you, like the back end of this whiskey finishes with this elderberry wine flavor, where it's like dry and sweet. I'm gonna say bitter, but that's not the right word. It's not bitter. It's not tannic. There's something. It's elderberry. If you've ever had one of those elderberry lozenges, like if you're sick, if you haven't, I highly recommend it. Elderberry is really good for your immune system, but it also like the flavor is just excellent. It tastes like that. It has that in the finish profile, um, and it's just a great whiskey. This is a sipping whiskey. Sit and enjoy for sure. It's just got a lot of sweetness, but it's not like eating sugar. The sweet notes are blended in with really nice, robust, earthy notes. Um, like there's a leathery tobacco in there. Yeah, it's like all sweet forward. But then, like if you think about how I described several of the Buffalo Trace products in some of my recent videos, it's like a deep caramel bomb brown sugar candy. It's not like that. It's like there's a little bit of a sweetness. It's the flavor of brown sugar without being intense sweetness forward, that nice molasses. And then it moves into this just jam and good fruit notes, dark fruits. Again, there's bits of sweet in there, but they're not overpowering. They're not like eating candy. Um, I just love this thing. This is an excellent bottle. I'm super glad I picked this up. $50, Blackwell Wine and Spirits out of California, shipped to your house. Check them out. Big fan of them so far. Yeah, so go ahead, drop in the comments down below what you can pick up a bottle of this Woodinville port cast finish bourbon for in your area, or any other Woodinville product, and any experiences you have with those products. Let me know. I'm curious. I'm always open to opinions and hearing what other people think of stuff. Um, and if you're watching this on YouTube, just jump over to BitChute. It's better for you anyways. Again, this is May 11th, 2023. This will be coming out in probably late May, early June 2023. I do have a vacation coming up, so there might be a couple of days if you're watching on BitChute. There might be a release or 2 or 3 that I don't get to release, depending on my ability to get an internet connection on vacation. But anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. You guys have yourselves a great day. Stay tuned. We're going to jump into the Isaac Bowman from Bowman Brothers here, another port barrel finish whiskey. High hopes for that because I really, really enjoyed the Bowman Brothers that I have down below. That will probably be a nice video to do a comparison with as well, so stay tuned for that. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. Catch you in the next video.